What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dylan, and these are my most underrated purchases for less than $30. As you may have noticed, Rachel and I have officially moved out to our new apartment, and these are the Amazon purchases that I've been using pretty much every single day since we've moved out. I found these to be super useful, and I thought, why not share them with you guys? So first off, we'll start off with the NonTech products. This is an expandable drying rack. Especially for all of you guys that are living in apartments, you'll notice that most of the times you do not have a laundry unit. So something super useful to have is a drying rack. Most drying racks often take up a lot of spaces, so the fact that this one's expandable, it can be stored pretty easily. Being able to save space is a game changer. And the fact that this was only like $26 on Amazon, I find that a super useful purchase. Moving on is this. It is a watch band link removal kit. There's a bunch on Amazon. This just happened to be the one that we picked up. And the fact that Rachel and I have a lot of unisex watches, so being able to have link kit in our house has actually been quite useful, and it's actually a lot of fun to do. So this specific kit was just a $6 add-on on Amazon, which made it a no-brainer to have, and I honestly recommend everybody having one of these. And then moving on to not so tech products, but we've been using a lot, are these label makers. So you have two choices. This is actually Rachel's mom's. This is a P-Touch, and this is Sydney's, I don't know what this is called. So this is a Express labeler. It's one of those labelers that don't require batteries, and you kind of just press down to whatever letter you want, and it makes that indented looking label. One of these are only about 20 bucks, and it gives your labels that cool kind of look. But if all you're trying to do is making something super simple, P-Touch is a great option. This one specifically is the PT80. I think these ones are out of date. So the next cheapest one you can get on Amazon for like 25 bucks is a P95. But if you're willing to spend a little bit more, around the $40–50 range, you can get the newest P-Touch. So the new PT200 is only 46 bucks, and it lets you get all those different symbols. You can print labels vertically, print straight up and down. You can make it have a box. You can give symbols. There's just a lot more cooler options in the newer one. Whatever suits your style, it's so worth to have. Label makers are key. Then I guess we roll into the more tech things. I think I've shown these before, but just the fact that we have SD card holders, they're super useful. As you can see, I've been using the label maker. This way it helps us keep track of our projects and which SD cards we're using for which camera. So I honestly think having this is super useful. It's waterproof, it's shockproof. They have a bunch of generic versions of these on Amazon. But having one of these are just super useful, so you don't leave your SD cards lying around. Next up is for this camera, it's the SL2, and being able to have extra batteries are super key, especially when we're trying to film a lot. Video takes up a lot of batteries. So we have one of these new MoMA like generic batteries that have been super useful. It just charges via micro USB, and you get 2 additional batteries as well, and that makes it like $29.99. Also, I really like that these battery cases have these SD card holders, so whenever we're on the go, being able to put like a SD card right here is super key, along as having your extra battery. Moving on to the next products that you've seen in my previous smart home videos, I talked about a bunch of different smart plugs, and after I've gone through maybe like 5 different plugs, and these are by far my favorite plug. This is the TP-Link mini smart plug HS200 or something. I like the fact that you can stack these on a regular wall outlet. I like that it lights up when it turns on. There's no light when you turn it off, and the app is one of the best things to use. So I've used Wemo, I've used like generic Amazon brands, but by far TP-Link, like the Casa Home app, is the best app that there is out to date. You can set timers, it syncs really well with Google Home, and just being able to have a smart plug is super key. So I have this one attached to the printer. Printers draw a lot of power when they're not in use, and I have another one linked up to our living room lamp, which just turns on when the sun sets and then turns off around 1 or 2 a.m. Being able to have these smart plugs are super key. It's energy efficient, and I just really like making things smart. And then as for outlets, making everything easily accessible and useful as something that I enjoy doing. So this right here is one of those wall plugs. The reason why I like this one is they're surge protected and they also have USB outlets. Not only do they have that, is they actually have this little section where you can stack your phone on and let it charge like that. And last but not least is having a power bar. Just like I said before, having USB plugs are super key. Having USB ports are super key. So I actually have USB ports scattered around the house. I'll show you those in the B-roll right around here. But basically having USB ports everywhere is super key when we want to charge our phones, depending on whether we're working on the table or relaxing on the couch. Having USB ports is super key. I guess then another great purchase that I made was having iPhone cords and USB cords. Buying one of those packs, 5-pack on Amazon, has been super key. It's only like 16 bucks and it lets you have long cords or short cords all around the house. The specific power bar that I'm really impressed with is the Dodo Cool power bar. I think you're paying a premium for how it looks and the length of the cord. So I actually have this power bar strapped behind the bench because the outlet in this corner doesn't work. So being able to extend the power bar and having a charging station beside our table is super clutch. And the way that I have this propped up along the table is actually just these two command hooks that you can buy from actual 3M, or you can just get knockoffs on the dollar store or Amazon. And being able to have this setup is super useful, as you can hide all the cords behind here, but you can still make it super useful for yourself. Also, I don't know if I introduced you guys. This guy right here is Toledo Speed. He's our new rescue puppers. He's 2 years old and he has an Instagram right here. This is Toledo Speed and we love him very much. Other than that, I think these have been the best purchases that we have made for our house. They're all been really cost effective. The most expensive is like 30 bucks, but I've been using them every single day and I'd highly recommend them. Yeah, that's everything, man. What else you gotta say, Toledo? We in the finals. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.